Fire weekdays 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, Lagos, we're back with the Morning Crossfire right here, 99.3 Nigerian. For a very good morning to you. My name is Kofi Bartels, and we're back with conversations that you love to have. Early advertised that today at 8 o'clock we'll be talking security in the country, especially with the challenges in the Middle Belt, South, and other parts of Nigeria, where we've had security challenges, killings. The president has had to comment on it even when he's been outside the country. He's had to comment on the security situation in Nigeria. We've had so far killings in Bokos local government area of Plateau State and other local government areas, killings in Otukpo local government area of Plateau State, Benue State, killings in Ukum and Logos local government area of Benue State, as well as other parts of Nigeria. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria last week in France, later moving to London. He was in Paris through his presidential spokesman, commenting on it, saying that these are communal clashes, that need to be solved with dialogue. I'd like to introduce a guest this morning as we look at the rising calls for Nigerians to engage in self-defense, where the security architecture shows forth and is not able to protect them. What should Nigerians do? What should Nigerians do? Self-defense, a solution to insecurity in the country. Quickly, I'd like to introduce our guest. He is the Chief Executive Officer of August I Limited. He's also the National Secretary of the Retired Members of the Nigerian Armed Forces. He's a retired Nigerian Army member. He served, or retired Nigerian soldier. He served the Nigerian Army Combat Engineers for close to 15 years with Core Army Special Forces deployment and combat training and experience before his voluntary retirement. Means he used to be, I'm sure, one of those guys you sent for special operations, take out some hostile, some hostile forces and all that. He's worked for security organizations in the management levels. His professional activities can be said to cut across all security disciplines in the maritime, hospitality, construction industries, and other industries. After his experiences in paid employment, he co-founded August I Group Limited and solely owns Chris Hem Ventures Limited, a facility management company. I'd like to say good morning to Ambassador Dr. Oamien Roy Okhidievbie this morning. Good morning to you, sir. It's good to have you.
Yeah, good morning. It's always a pleasure.
Fantastic. We're having to talk about security in the country again, and I was hoping and believing that next time we'll be here, we'll be talking about the successes, maybe the advice some of you have put out there, especially the retired Nigerian soldiers would have been taken. But here we are again, Ambassador Dr. Okhidievbie. It's unfortunate, but we are here again. For those listening, please call 0201-277-0993, 0201-277-0993. Our female listeners can call that number or call 0201-465-7190, 0201-465-7190. Our WhatsApp number is 08095-975805. Our WhatsApp number again is 08095-975805. We're streaming live on Facebook at Nigerian 4FM and live on YouTube at Nigerian 4FM. You can drop your comments there. Also, we have a post out on WhatsApp, on X. So you can also drop your comments there. All right, we all know what's been happening. Recent data from the National Bureau of Statistics reveals that between May 2023 and April 2024, Nigeria recorded over 614,937 deaths related to insecurity. Between May 2023 and April 2024, just 11 months, 614,937 deaths, needless deaths, because of insecurity. More than 2.2 million people kidnapped. Approximately 2.2 trillion naira paid as ransom. This is revealed by UK Independent Research Center with a focus on African conflicts. and Development Issues, the Center for African Conflict and Development. Now, these alarming figures underscore the severity of our nation's security challenges. And today, our guest, Ambassador Dr. Oamien Okhidievbie, who is a retired military officer with about 2 decades experience, will throw more light into this. Recently, in an interview with the Independent newspaper, our guest itemized the list of suggestions for a secured Nigeria to include a strong and reliable policing, minimum entry requirements to be national diploma, national certificate for education, increase in current police presence to a minimum cluster of effective response strategies, and all that. So we've been following your conversations. What's your take on the recent killings in the Middle Belt, sir?
Kofi, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Let me first apologize for being among those that have been giving hopeless hope to the hopeless. You see, one thing that we don't understand is the trauma this whole thing carries for the next generations unborn. The stories, children that have not been born will come and hear. And most of the things that bedevil us are the fact that, Kofi, so many of these people we are now calling our godfathers, our ancestors, that children will hear their name tomorrow. These children will ask, where were these mighty people when all these things were happening? You know, today I hear somebody like David Mark to come out to speak. I will ask, he was Senate president at the apex of decision making. And we hear about some past Chief Justice will come out to say, this thing is wrong. I will ask questions. When this man was serving, what did he do in power? So what have we done? Kofi, your name will come up to the children. They will say, this uncle used to call out people to talk about Nigeria. Your station, the media will be appraised. What will we say about the leaders of today when we get to tomorrow? Good morning, Kofi.
Thank you very much for that. Sir, there have been calls by respected persons in the Nigerian nation for the communities who are under attack. We look at the northeast, northwest, north central bloodletting. Southwest, the governors are already crying, like Governor Seyi Makinde and others, that their attacks are planned. South, you know what's happening in Delta State, where some persons are unable to go home. That's your home state, if I'm not mistaken, are unable to go home. And we've seen recent killings there. The growing calls for self-protection. Do you think that they are calls in the right direction? And this will be a solution to insecurity in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. You see, I only accepted to come for this, your interview, because of the direction of the addressing the case. We are okay with talking about the problem. Anybody can talk about the problem. If you kill someone, people will shout, post it, everybody will have a comment. What are the solutions? You know, reasonable, achievable solutions. Now, let me tell you, there are two types of solutions. We have short-term solutions that you need to deliver now. I am hungry. So what is the solution? You can't tell me go and plant corn, go and plant cassava. Oh boy, where's the energy to go and plant? I need food now. That is the short term. Then the long-term solutions to hunger. You will now tell me, okay, have you eaten? Yes, okay. You need to farm. You need to plant what we will harvest to continue to eat. Now, let us start with what is self-defense. In self-defense, you must, in order not to put too much grammar into it, It is when you are exposed. It is a reaction. So you are exposed and you need to protect yourself. Now, protection, since there is law in the country wherever you are, must be commensurate to the level of exposure that you have, your vulnerability. That's number one. Two, protection must also be you displaying all your capabilities to defend yourself. If you see some animals, when they want to threaten you, they first open their fangs, they roar, they are trying to show you that I can devour you. That alone should serve as a deterrence for you to continue to approach that threat. Now, when citizens are exposed for over 35 years, it's not today matter. Some of these people speaking, they were youths. Most of them were not even married. Then, they have not been married. I'm sure the son to the president will be a very small boy, or he would not have been born when we were facing these exposures. Tactical, phenomenal exposures to life, properties, stability of communities. Now, let's look at the long term. One of the first things I will do in protecting myself against wanton attacks within the territorial integrity of a country where I live and I pay taxes, and the security agencies seem overwhelmed. Overwhelmed is that they only react, they don't proact. Then I need to be sure that I place myself in areas where decisions are made in the country. So if I'm within a state, Plateau State, Benue State, Enugu State, I'm trying to mix it up, Kaduna State, Edo State. I think those are some of the states that are crying now. I would first of all look at my value chain in the political discussions in the country. I will look at placement of my community people in the decision platforms of the country, the National Assembly, the judiciary, the military, the police, and I will look them eyeball to eyeball, especially maybe like Edo State now, you say the Oba of Benin, the state governor. You look at these people and you let them know your position there is to create an intervention opportunity for your people to protect themselves. Then you will also look at your exposure. Where are the areas that you have exposure? If number one place you have exposure is an access point into your community where you think it's a forest, do you know your state can build some federal structures there, like a police barrack or a military barrack, and give it to them? If those criminals are coming in through those places, if it is waterway, you can do something with the Navy, because you already also have persons that are in the military that are from your place.
Are you talking about the state governments building these security infrastructure installations?
Do you know that Edo State, Kaduna State, all these states, do you know that we have citizenry from those states that can come together and twist government and get international donation? Not even your state fund. Not your state fund. Most of the monies that are coming into the country can be harvested by well-positioned citizens. But unfortunately, citizens are not patriotic to their locality. when they find themselves in the federal government, in the institutions of governance, both local and international, they fail to see their local domicile state, city, locality, village as a priority. If you want to also look at long-term, Kofi, you will begin to look at the introduction of your citizens into areas in political parties where they can manipulate the stringent, occasional decision-taking platforms in the country.
Okay. So, but so these are I don't know what this is. So
these are long-term solutions,
non-kinetic approaches. I'm not mistaken. But
that's why I said I don't want to use grammar.
Yes, sir. but let's go to self-help. Self-help, sir.
Yeah.
People have been calling on localities and communities like T.Y. Danjuma and Co. to protect themselves and saying, "I told you so. I told you so." In areas where government has failed to stop the wanton bloodletting by marauding herdsmen on motorcycles and foot with sophisticated weapons, is this self-help one of the solutions? A solution? In 50 seconds, before we go for our first break, sir.
When we talk about, you are talking about the vigilante.
I'm talking about community members, citizens, whether vigilante
yes, you must put them into a group.
Having access, okay, yeah.
Yes, let's first talk about the groups we have. We have vigilante groups created by communities.
Okay.
These vigilante groups mostly, currently, have been found to have been perforated by criminal elements.
Ambassador, please permit me to go for that first break. And when we come back, I would like you to hit that bull's eye. Self-help, yay or nay? We'll be back right after this break, sir.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Start your children's day with a great taste of Ovaltine, enriched with multi-nourishment, calcium, malt, and vitamin B12 to support learning and playtime. Ovaltine, smart choice for smart kids.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
Of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you dey whine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you dey talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
hfm.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development. and the care they need with the new NanKid 4, with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NanKid 4, nourish your child's potential.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Grand Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more. Register now and take your stand. Your time to shine is now at hand.
Registration is ongoing on www.nigeriainfo.fm.
And Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Creating and scaling a business is no easy task, but with help from a global network of partners who understand your local challenges, your growth could be exponential. At Stanford Seed, we offer just that. When you sign up for our 10-month Seed Transformation Program, you become part of our hybrid, in-person and online training programs delivered by Stanford University Graduate School of Business professors and local experts. The Seed Transformation Program gives you a transformation plan to help you create tangible results. You don't need to struggle alone with your business anymore. Begin your transformation journey now. Visit www.gsb.stanford.edu/seed or send an email to kdadsin@stanford.edu or call +234 911 046 2349. Application closes 1st of May 2025.
With BetKing Virtuals, every game fit make you hit jackpot. The power to win bigger is in your hands. Download the BetKing app and register today using the promo code FREEBETS to enjoy 100 Naira instant bonus and other exciting offers. Terms and conditions apply. Not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Still having a conversation. Is self-help, self-defense a solution to Nigeria's security challenges? We're going to take some calls very shortly, but just to remind you, our guest is a security expert, and of course, he is a former Nigerian soldier, and he served his nation quite meritoriously. Ambassador Dr. Oamien Okhidievbie joins us virtually. So before we went on the break, you were talking about this call for self-help or self-defense. We can go back to March 24, 2018, when General Theophilus Danjuma retired, said, and I quote, "I ask every one of you to be alert and defend your country, defend your territory, defend your state. You have nowhere else to go. Taraba is a miniature Nigeria with diverse ethnic and cultural heritage that the armed bandits are trying to bring to ruins. You must rise to the challenge and resist that." 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 5 years ago, he has come back to say to Taraba people and to Nigerians, especially those from the Middle Belt, "I told you so." And he's not the only one saying that. So, you were talking about communities having vigilantes and organized groups, but sometimes they're infiltrated by criminals. Please go on.
Thank you very much. So, I don't know, because this matter is not what we will rush.
Yes.
Because I don't want to dabble into confusing the people more.
Yes.
You know. Now, let's look at defend yourself. Defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that you must use to defend yourself is what you have. Firstly, now 2018, when T.Y. Danjuma made that statement till today, you said it's about 5 years, sir.
Yes.
If you are right, within that 5 years, all the people that have retired from the military.
Sorry,
the police.
7 years. I apologize, please.
That's why I'm saying if you are right.
7 years. I apologize.
With that time frame, all the people that have retired from the military, from the police, from the DSS, from your state, from my state, from my local government, from my village, if they were allocated land in those places that you are classifying now as unpoliced area, do you think that they will not make effort with some little funding to create activity in those places? So the interest, your intention to defend yourself is the first line of defense. Are we interested to defend ourselves? Because we put people in power that defend their pockets, their interests, not ourselves. So if you want to defend yourself, you must use what you have. The second thing that you know is that these retired personnel, they have the right to own a defensive weapon. They have the capability to deploy a defensive weapon. They have served and given loyalty. So they have that patriotic vibe to be able to connect to necessity of defense. And they can work together as a team. The second thing that you need to know is what are the approved kind of weapons that we can have. The approved kind of weapons that we can have, Kofi, are the kind of weapons that is being used to attack us. Somebody said you cannot own an AK-47. I accept, but I can collect an AK-47 from the person that attacked me and use it to attack the person back.
Is that allowed?
Look, let me tell you something, Kofi. I am telling you about self-defense. In self-defense, it is commensurable action to commensurable threats. It is a large catchment of comments to use. Now, if I need to defend myself, I will need to defend myself with the kind of threats that I face and the kind of threats that is not being able to repel by the government security force. So if you are talking about the military coming to your village, if you have retired personnel in your place, will they not be able to speak to the military? If you have retired police officers in your village, will they not be able to speak to the police? You see, we are not looking at this thing as a very, tomorrow morning, more people will die. I always say it when I'm on air. There is a plan to kill more. There must be a plan to protect.
All right. So these retired, soldiers, police officers, retired military personnel are but a few compared to the population of these areas and compared to the number of bandits, terrorists, killer headsmen, or whatever you call it, coming in. So apart from that, can citizens organize themselves? You talked about vigilante groups. I do know that, after the killings in Oyo State some years ago, one Sunday, Igbo led some youth on some actions, and then some things happened. Allegations were made. I'm not saying he was right or he was correct in what he did, but we saw the rise of some sort of militants in the Southwest for the first time since the days of what do you call the group of Gani Adams again? OPC. So these are community-based, not government inspired, but community-based organizations. In River State, you have something called OSPAC. In the Southeast, you have some things here and there. So can the people, apart from the retired soldiers, also engage in this self-defense, and how possible and feasible is it?
It's going to be difficult. See, we don't tell ourselves the truth. It's going to be difficult. The category of civilians, let me use the word civilians, that don't have any military or police weapon training that we have today, 50% of them want to travel out of the country, young people. Another 20% of those people, they are already, corrupted or imputed into the system failing catchment already. The other 30% that are patriotic and ready to do this, they will not be able to get the appropriate funding and government defense. That 30% that you are seeing, if they are not trained previously to perform and perpetrate this defense we are talking about, it will be difficult for that 30%. So we are now looking at a community that is not having the right people that are ready to stand to fight. But when it is time for the community to fight themselves, the TV and the Jukum in Benue, when they want to fight, you will hear that the youths came out and killed themselves. If you go to Wari, Ishekiri, and Ijo, when they want to fight, you will hear that they kill themselves. And the same Delta State, you will hear that herdsmen enter a place and kill everybody. Where are those youths?
So one of our listeners who lives in Israel, we have a number of them, shared the experience, from Israel, where he says that, a lot of the men there, if not all, Israeli citizens are allowed to carry weapons. They're trained, for any eventuality. And it takes me to countries like North Korea. These are countries around the world that mandate military service, requiring their citizens to receive training in armed combat. And I want to find out if you think that that's something that Nigeria can do, if that will be a solution. North Korea, South Korea, Eritrea, Sweden, Finland, Austria, Armenia, Singapore, Switzerland, as well as other countries. Should the government embark on a program to train young people in armed combat?
We started with long term. You see why I started with long term. Now, if we have, who will take that decision? You want to tell me it's the National Assembly, right? Somebody will foot that bill, right? In the National Assembly, right? Some other senators, legislators will support the bill. My brother, if you bring that bill to the Nigerian legislator today, you will be asked to fund the bill. You that is a victim that brought the bill. The second thing, now we talked about private security companies having armed license. That is easier, right? It's easier. But till date, I was the outgoing PRO for the Association of Licensed Private Security. It has not been approved, no matter how close we were to the Minister of Interior. No matter how NSCDC is also a regulator for the private security company. It has still not been approved. So if we talk about training the youths to have that military mentality and capability, who will approve it?
What about state governors? Is there not something they can do? Because it seems the president has been, passing the buck, the federal government pushing the buck towards the state governors, that they can do something. We know that in some states around the country, they have their own state vigilantes now. For instance, in Benue State, they have that. There's in other states. Can the state governors procure weapons? Because some listeners call in and say, Kofi, the governor should buy. Can the state governors procure weapons and arm their citizens under this platform that he talked about, vigilante group or state security network, to protect their communities?
A state governor is giving security votes. And when you say arm, Kofi, you see, we're having a problem, me and you now, and the Nigerian listeners. When we talk about arm, are we talking about Dengon? Are we talking, let's take it from Dengon. Are we talking about double barrel? Are we talking about pump action?
That's why you're here.
Are we talking about semi-automatic pump action? Now, in Nigeria currently, Kofi, you can buy a semi-automatic pump action that is classified as a hunting weapon. So when you buy a hunting weapon, definitely you can use it to defend yourself. if it's in your house and you are being attacked. Okay? So, but the semi-automatic pump action, even if it is not commensurate to defend an AK-47 attack, not only AK-47, they also have RGP and other kinds of high-profile land-to-air attack weapons and repel grenades.
Okay.
Now, will your pump action be able to defend you when that attack comes? So we are placing ourselves in so much exposure that we don't know how to give corporate protection. If now Edo State, they have this vigilante group, will you give them pump AK-47 when 60% of them are maybe civilians? You will not, the governor will not have that prerogative. But if you have ex-servicemen that have clean records, that Israel you are talking about, USA, UK, they all honor their ex-servicemen, so that those that are still young enough can still serve as reserve. So if you are serving as reserve and the need comes for us to defend a community, you will be appropriately approved to carry an AK-47 appropriately, because your records are clean in service, and after service you are still health-wise capable to defend your people.
Okay, interesting. So sir, what is the highest capacity or highest caliber weapon that a Nigerian civilian is allowed to own, whether you are hunting or you're just a private citizen who just want to protect yourself?
You have currently now, you have licensed semi-automatic pump action that you can buy for hunting.
Okay.
Licensed, is federal government licensed in Nigeria. That alone can give you a first layer of protection.
But
not when you are being attacked with AK-47 caliber.
Interesting. I want your thoughts on the interstate hunters that we've become exposed to in Nigeria. What are your thoughts on that? Interstate hunters and movement of weapons across state borders, for hunting. Is that something that is allowed, or are there rules that guide all those things?
That question you are asking now also falls under the long term. You see, my opening, I've captured a lot of things. Now, if I want to take any kind of weapon, Kofi, into your facility, do you know that when policemen come to the barrack, they drop their magazine or their weapon at the quarter guard? They go to the Mami market, or they visit any soldier, family, relative they want to visit. When they are leaving, they collect their weapon and they go. They don't have right to carry their weapon into. If I'm coming into your state, am I not supposed to notify a notification process to say I am coming to hunt? Who am I supposed to notify? The local hunters. There must be a collaborative platform between hunters from one state to hunters in another state, my brother. And these same people will also welcome you and join you and share the bounty together. Because if you are coming from another state to hunt in my state, how do you know where the antelope is? Who told you where the lion is? Who told you where the buffalo is? Who told you how to navigate my forest? Who told you? You are in a vehicle coming to my state, you will drop down from the vehicle, you will enter the forest and start to hunt. Who told you where the antelope is?
Can I move around? Can I go from my house in Port Harcourt to Benue or to Ebonyi with my semi-automatic pump action in my car and then to go and hunt? I mean, am I allowed?
You are not allowed. Let me tell you why you are not allowed. If you move with your licensed weapon, you must notify. I tell everybody that gets a pump action through my own platform, when you are going to the checking point, you must stop, you must inform the officer. If they arrest you because you have a weapon, it is better for you because your weapon is licensed and you can clarify. But if you are leaving your house in Port Harcourt, you are going to Benue to hunt, Oga, the question still come back, which forest are you going to hunt in Benue, sir? If you say, I schooled in Benue, then definitely hunters don't move alone. You must move with some of your classmates that you schooled with in Benue that you guys want to go and hunt together. So definitely there must be a kind of clique around you to justify that you are going to hunt. Wow. You know, that's it.
All right, sir.
So immediately you are getting to Benue from your Port Harcourt, there should be people waiting to receive you. To say, oh, now, okay, welcome. So you have brought your, okay, we are moving tomorrow, but we will lodge here today. We will this, we will that. We are waiting for Shegun. We are waiting for Emeka. You know, it's a haunting. It's supposed to be something of excitement.
Just like I can't just go into a village in maybe Calabar. I go to Odupani and just pick land and start farming like that. I may have to.
No, okay. See. Let me tell you the corporate one now. If a police officer wants to leave his own division to go to another division to go and arrest somebody, do you know that he needs to report to the nearest area command? He needs to. If a military team are going somewhere now they are advancing and they want to cross another brigade territory, they must notify. They must get a lead team that will also show them what is on ground. Policemen from the Commissioner of Police Office, they want to go to Festac or Ikorodu, or they want to go to anywhere to go and arrest somebody from Zone 2, which covers like 3 or 4 states. If you want to go from one state to the other, you must notify the office of the Commissioner of Police.
All right.
If not, it's illegal.
Ambassador, interesting thoughts. So let's bring our listeners in at this point. So much to talk about. The time is not going to be enough.
The time is not going to be enough.
99.3, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Kofi Bartels.
Yeah, very quickly, please go on with your question or contribution.
Yes, I want to say good morning to our listener there, the resource person. Thank you very much for your analysis and explanation this morning. My name is Ikene. I'm calling from Ibejleki. Now, with the situation on ground, okay, I'm from Benue State, and I can actually also confirm to you that the situation there is not a joke. Okay, people are dying on a daily basis. As you heard my governor say that the federal government should do something very quickly. Okay, the last time I traveled, it was something else. Now, the point is that at the opening of your statement, you said that you talk about long-term and short-term plans. As it stands right now, okay, in my place, we can't wait until the government start, putting 1 or 2 things in place. What can we do now? They say necessity is the mother of invention.
All right, thank you very much for your time. What can we do now? 0201-277-0993. He's from Benue State. We have an ex-listener. 99.3, good morning. Quickly, please, just straight on. No pleasantries.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Go straight.
Excuse me now. Mecca is my name from Satellite Town. Please, don't you think it's time we remove security from the exclusive list, taking into consideration that the state itself has failed the citizens?
All right.
Because governors can be able to do the needful when necessary.
Thank you. All right. So we have 2 questions. The first guy from Benue State, what can we do now? We don't have time to wait. We can't wait for help. And the second one, moving the exclusive security from exclusive legislative list.
Well, I've told everybody that cares to listen. Immediately, currently, right now, it is commensurate response to commensurate threats. We are on air. It is not something that you need to hear ABC. If your community is being threatened, communicate with the security experts in your state. Communicate with those that have carried weapons before. they will navigate solution to that problem if they have government protection. Government protection should start from the councillors, the traditional heads, the government, the local government, and the state government. If those 4 layers, traditional heads, councillors, local government, state government, if they are ready to protect the process, there are persons in every state in Nigeria that will be able to do commensurate protection for commensurate threat. If you slap me, I slap you. If you blow me, I blow you. If you stab me, I stab you. If you kill me, I kill you. I will not go and kill somebody else because I will be able to track you and kill you.
Okay. Interesting. 99.3, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir, Mr. Kofi. My name is Emmanuel from Apodo.
Sorry about that. We have to let you go because of the noise. Okay, Ambassador, I think I have one more call. Let's see if we can squeeze one through. Hello, good morning. Please go straight to the point.
Hello, Kofi.
Yes.
Good morning. Yeah, you see, I just want to, the man has said something very, very specific. Is that the people that have been affected will find comfort in fighting among themselves, but facing a common enemy. And it's so absurd. And I think that I want to bring all of us here in this program. I want to draw our memory back to something. Country, a visiting Secretary of State of U.S. said in public that Nigeria would disintegrate by 2015. Am I wrong or am I right?
Okay.
Let us connect the dots. Let us think. Let us stop sitting down and blaming ourselves.
Thank you.
We should have known our enemy by now.
Thank you very much. Ambassador, we will have to bring you back again. I don't know, maybe if we can do a part 2 tomorrow. I know you're busy because of time. We've not even gone into where I just allow our listeners talk to you. How about that? Is that something we can do?
No, we can't, because I'm telling you, we cannot rush the solution presentation.
All right.
When we are talking about defending yourself with this our current dilemma, it's like 1 hour program. So we can plan it.
All right, sir.
But we must deliver it properly.
All right, sir. Ambassador Dr. Oamien Roy Okhidievbie, thank you very much for your time, security expert. We'll continue the conversation tomorrow, sir, and we'll reach out to you. Thank you very much. For those listening, let's go for a quick break. We'll be right back. It's the Morning Crossfire.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.